with the enactment of the decentralization policy in 1998, the government of Malawi, through the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, instituted the governance structures at the council level, which are very critical in guiding development at the council level. These structures constitute structures like the District Executive Committee, the DEC, the Area Development Committee, the ADC, the Area Executive Committee, the AEC, and finally the Village Development Committee, the VDC. Now, a VDC is a committee that is constituted at the village level. It has a representation of villagers within given villages, and on top of that, within a VDC, we have also the membership of the ward councillor, which is a political arm, and also the chiefs, because they play an advisory role on how the VDC is supposed to operate. The membership of the VDC should not exceed 18, so that we are able to manage resolutions and also deliberations at that level. In terms of the terms of office, the membership of the VDC is going to be there for a period of 5 years. We have VDCs in Malawi because, one, VDCs play a pivot role in the generation of critical needs and priorities, which are very important in addressing the rural livelihoods. And these needs or priorities are packaged into a plan, a village action plan, a VAP, which at a later stage is able to feed at the ADC, where priorities are made clear before the plan is consolidated at the district in the form of the district development plan. Secondly, the VDC plays a very important role in the mobilization of domestic resources. There are some projects which might need some contribution from the villagers themselves, and it's at that point where the VDC comes in. Whether there is a requirement of sand or a requirement of bricks, for example, that has to come from the villagers, and the VDC coordinates all those requirements. And thirdly, the VDC also plays a very important role in the supervision and the implementation of projects that are being implemented, so that the projects are able to address the demands that the villagers are requiring, which are also part of their village action plan, or as I said, the VAP. We have a number of stakeholders and partners that are helping the councils in terms of development. The grassroots level becomes the center of implementation of all these projects. Now, it becomes very important where we have got the projects with some committees which are parallel to support the implementation of the projects at the village level. Those committees have to report to the VDC, so that the chairperson and the VDC as a committee is aware of what is happening in their locality, and whether that is happening is able to address the demands of the rural populace as articulated in the VAP. So that is very important to understand that horizontal linkage. We need also to understand the vertical relationship, the VDC and the district itself. Now, I've said about the ADC, but the ADC is not the end point, because at the end of the day, the council has to approve what are the needs of the local populace by appreciating what is in the VAP, and also make some decisions and approvals. So that linkage is very important to understand what is the genesis and what is the end product in the name of supporting the councils in terms of development. To the same extent, if you have got development partners that are coming to the council to support the council, the entry point definitely becomes the district council, where the DC is able to appraise the DPs in terms of what is the package of the DDP before the DPs becomes interested in fishing out the areas that they can able to support at the village level. So that linkage becomes very important even at the district level before you zoom into the village level. But going forward also, we need to appreciate that the decentralization as a philosophy looks beyond the development aspect, but also looks at the overall decision-making process of various entities that are very important to change the livelihoods of the people in a council. And the VDC also plays a very important role in undertaking some critical decisions at the village level, which are very critical in changing the livelihoods of the people. So in short, the VDC helps very much in decision making at the council level through the participation of various stakeholders. It participates into the generation of priorities at the council level, which formulate the VAP. And also the VDC is very important in supervising and monitoring all the projects that are being implemented at the council level, so that at the end of the day, we are able to address the priorities that are responsive to the demands of the villagers. Thank you very much.